Wrath of Man is a story of revenge based around the cash truck business in Los Angeles. And Jason Statham plays H, who is on a tear of vengeance to find the killers of his innocent son, who was by accident caught up in a robbery. He was a witness at a violent cash truck robbery. Unbeknownst to the robbers that Jason Statham is a crime lord himself, so he's very qualified to find the culprits involved in this heinous and unfortunate accident. There are few subjects as sensitive as the unpalatable concept of a child dying before the parent. It's even worse when a child is murdered, when an innocent child is murdered. But when the father happens to be a killer himself, it inspires all sorts of empathetic vengeance that anyone can relate to. Not necessarily for the right reasons, but one can't help but feel very emotionally charged about that particular theme. So we deal with the themes of vengeance, visceral vengeance, understandable, empathetic vengeance, which is unpalatable in any capacity. However, you can empathize and sympathize for the reasons why one would be so emotionally charged. Theft, greed, wrath, sons, fathers, blood thicker than water. Ultimately, greed being the genesis of destruction, and almost anticlimactically the fulcrum upon which such biblical vengeance is exercised in order to satiate the loss of one's kin. This film is more violent, more gritty, and arguably more realistic than any of my other films have previously been. I've always been very keen on Jason Statham as an actor. In fact, I was the first person to use Jason Statham as an actor. I think the first thing I used him was in Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. We opened the film on Jason. I always thought that Jason Statham should be a movie star. I'm very happy to see that he has become one. And it feels like we should be reunited. And I felt as though we should do something that wasn't funny for a change. I thought this would be the perfect story for Jason and I to be reunited on. It's not funny, this film. It's serious, and the theme is serious, and it's very violent and very aggressive. But I thought it'd be the perfect film for the perfect role for Jason to occupy. When it came to getting Jason to be in this film, it was as simple as calling him up and giving him a 2-minute pitch on what that film was. Neither of us overthunk it at the time. We liked the premise. The premise of the movie could be summarized in a sentence. Jason, I always felt, was perfect for this particular film, and I'm a big fan of his. And he's gone on and become incredibly successful. And I feel as though this film is really a question of selling apples, and you're actually buying apples. So it does what it says on the tin, this film, which is Jason Statham in revenge, in an intelligent genre movie, which its spine and motivation is that of revenge, intelligent revenge, and understandable revenge. Yeah, Jason and I have been mates for about 22 years, and I think we're probably closer now than we were 22 years ago, and I was pretty close with him 22 years ago. He's been on his journey, I've been on mine. He's moved back to, we both lived in Los Angeles I lived there for 7 years, he lived there for 10. and we've both found ourselves back in London. I see more of him now than I have done for 15 years or so, which is great. Yeah, he's one of my best mates. There's much I respect and like about Jason Statham. There's, yeah, I see more of Jason now than I have done for 15 years. We're closer now than we were 22 years ago. I think we're on to make another movie shortly. I think, by the way, he doesn't look like his age today, which is the other strange thing. I don't know what he's up to, but yeah, he's still in great physical nick. He has a happy life, a happy family life. There's a lot that Jason's managed to juggle in his life very skillfully, with great wisdom. Jason has wisdom, funny enough. I really respect him as both as an actor and a human being.